Well, very good morning and welcome to live coverage of the 2023 European Para-Table Tennis Championships here in Sheffield at the English Institute for Sport, the home of British para-table tennis. It's day 6, it's the final day of these championships. What a week we have had here in Sheffield, and medals are up for grabs. It's our second day of doubles action, and our first game of the day is GB taking on Sweden in the women's doubles class 14. It's a group match. So for GB we have Fliss, Pickard and Grace Williams. As for Sweden we have Jaisa Stordler and Smila Sander, the two Swedish players against the GB pair. Well, my name is Bradley Hope, and I'm delighted to say for the final day of action here at the Championships, I have former cerebral palsy world champion and 3-time GB winner, Farrell Anthony. Well, Farrell, what a week it has been. It all comes down to this for the doubles. The second day, medals are up for grabs, and I'm sure Fliss and Grace will want to try and get as far as they can.
Well, they will. I mean, they both did well in the singles. Fliss Pickard getting the bronze and Grace Williams getting the silver, which was a brilliant result for her. They are the current world champions at this class as well, and so they'll be hoping to go quite far in this particular competition. As for the Swedish, I think they both seem to be quite young. Although they may have had quite a few games, I think the experience of Pickard and Williams may just sort of tip it. But like we've seen, in any sport, the underdogs can always win. So the GB pair will be looking to get a good start and sort of insert their dominance on the Swedish pair.
Absolutely. Well, for GB in the women's doubles class 14, this is Group 2. There's only 2 groups in this class, and there are 4 teams in Group 2. GB have played 2 and won 2, beating France and Norway. As for Sweden, they are bottom of the group. They lost both of their games coming into this one. So on paper, it seems that this will be a win for GB, but of course, as Farrell mentioned, don't count anything out. Sweden will be aiming to try and finish off the group stages with a victory. Well, just a word, Farrell, on what a fantastic week it's been here at the English Institute for Sport. It's been a fabulous week. We've had the singles and the doubles. What have you made of the week, and how excited are you ahead of the final day of action?
Oh, it's been an awesome week here in Sheffield. The table tennis, some of the table tennis has absolutely been brilliant. The competitiveness, it's just been a brilliant event. And I know not everyone can win, but I hope everybody's enjoyed the games and stuff. And it's a brilliant venue. It's been sorted out very well. It looks fantastic, and I'm sure the players will appreciate the memories that they'll take from the championships.
Absolutely, and there is still time, if you are watching us live, that you can make your way down to the English Institute for Sport. Certainly if you're local, tickets cost £12 for the day. Come and cheer on the GB athletes as they hunt for these medals on the final day. You can purchase tickets on the website, the British Para-Table Tennis website, or here at the venue. And we are underway in our first match of the day, and it's a good start for Sweden.
And that's a fantastic first opening shot for Fliss Pickard there.
Fliss Pickard to serve. That one just long on this occasion. Well, it's been a long week. It's a 10 a.m. start, so it might just take a couple of rallies to get themselves going. Played so much table tennis throughout the 5 days previous.
It's been a great start for the Swedish pairing. And that's a nice flip from Grace Williams there for her forehand.
So the first break after the opening 6 points. Nothing to separate them either. It's 3-3. Grace Williams reached the final of the Class 8 singles and aiming to try and go as far as she can in the women's doubles class. As Farah mentioned, this GB combination won gold at the Worlds, trying to make it back-to-back golds.
That's a great finishing shot from Grace Williams. They're playing it across the diagonal.
Sander with the serve for Sweden. Just hits the net and kept in play well by Williams.
Oh, that was a brilliant rally won by a Fliss Pickard backhand there.
Pickard to serve, GB. And that one is long. Just opening up an advantage here. Just a reminder, this is a group match. It's the final group game in Group 2 of the women's doubles class 14.
And each team's allowed to towel down after every 6 points. You'll find that the GB pairing will take their break whether they are 10-0 up or 4-all. They will do it as part of their routine.
Sander to serve, Williams hits back straight away, and that one's long. Good work from Grace Williams.
Yeah, ferocious topspin there from Grace Williams.
Team Wales international Grace Williams represented Team Wales at the 2022 Birmingham Commonwealth Games.
They just clipped the edge there, the Swedish pair, but they'll take the point.
One just loose off the bat of Pickard. Sweden just closing the gap, 9-8. Certainly not going away. This young Swedish pairing. Sander 21, Stodler 20. Good learning experience for Sweden, and they've managed to get themselves back to all square. 9-9 in the first game. As you mentioned, Farrell, the GB pairing just taking every chance they get just to take a moment and almost sort of recharge the batteries, rethink their ideas.
Yep. And they'll do that every 6 points, regardless of what the score is. Great serve from Fliss Pickard there, and a great finishing shot from Grace Williams across the diagonal.
So one away, here comes the signal. And the serve, here is Pickard with the serve. Oh, and that one is long, and the first game goes the way of GB. Well, it was a real ding-dong of a game. Make it easy, Sweden, but GB have got over the line in the first game.
Yeah, it's always difficult the first game, especially if you're playing, like we're playing in the morning as well, and people are, they've warmed up and everything, but first games are always important, and sometimes you don't get into your flow. But the GB pair have nicked that game, and but the Swedish pair will take heart of the fact they actually clawed their way back, because at one point they were about 3 or 4 points down.
It is just reaching 10:15 local time in the morning in Sheffield. It's been long days here at the Championship. So much table tennis has been played. Final day of these Championships. We will be bringing, of course, the live coverage of all the medal ceremonies as well. There's still plenty of table tennis to come before medals are presented.
So just to explain to the viewers who have probably just joined us or probably don't understand a bit about table tennis, they're new to it, after each game the players are allowed a minute to speak to their coaches and take on fluid, and before they go back. There also is a timeout in the total match, and they're allowed 60 seconds at some point. You probably also noticed that there is a lot of signalling under the table from both pairings, and that's to indicate what kind of serve their partner is going to do. So it could be short or long, and it could have backspin, topspin, or float serves as well. So what they do is, as they signal, it lets the other player know what sort of return to receive, and so they can prepare to either to make their next shot.
Thinking 2 shots ahead all the time in essence. That's the standard of these players. We're watching the best of the best here in para table tennis. That was just long by Williams on that occasion. But they still maintain a healthy lead, 3-1 in game number 2.
Grace Williams just missing that ball there, I think. It just clipped the net and went away.
Well, I mentioned how young the Swedish pair were. Grace Williams also young in terms of para table tennis experience, only 20 years of age. You mentioned to me yesterday, Farrell, that it's been really exciting to watch all these youngsters come through and be playing on the biggest stage. How have you seen it this week with so many young talents out there this week in para table tennis?
Well, yeah, it's brilliant for the sport itself. Unfortunately, we don't stay young forever, so we need fresh young players to come in and maintain the sport and to maintain the standard of the highest level. So it's nice to actually see youngsters from all over Europe playing this game, and some of them could be their first major tournament, and they'll be a bit nervous, but as they grow, most of the players who've won medals started really young, and they've won multiple medals now, so it sort of bodes well for them as well.
Martinez, 15 years of age, playing for Spain this week. Quite remarkable. Pickard with that return. Good work from Williams, and it's back-to-back points for Williams and for GB.
The Swedish pair putting pressure on the GB pair at the moment. There's not much between them at all.
Stordler with the serve. Pickard, nice return, good return as well from Williams, and that's another point gain for GB. Good work from Pickard and Williams on that occasion.
I mean, whilst the score is quite close, the Swedish will always think they've got a chance of actually taking the game, taking a game and maybe building on that as well.
It's Pickard to serve.
And again, they're rallying as well as the GB pair at the moment. They're doing really well.
At the moment, Sweden are coming up with all the responses. Oh, good work from Williams. Makes no mistake on that occasion. Punished Sweden.
Yeah, and they'll want to see more of that from Grace Williams. She has a fantastic forehand, and it's a good winning shot. But sometimes she feels a bit nervous, I think, about using it. And that was fantastic there from the Swedish player. Played it back to Fliss Pickard, and so right down into her body, so Grace Williams couldn't get the ball.
Williams to serve. Pickard just stretches for that one. Keeps it alive. That one is long, and GB are 1 point away from claiming the second game. 10-7. Yet again, GB just letting Sweden into the game. I say letting Sweden into the game. Sweden are playing themselves into a good position as well.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of pressure on the GB pair, and they're competing really well, making it really hard.
It's top versus bottom in the group, but GB are on top in this match, despite it being really close and Sweden pushing them. GB have got themselves over the line in the second game.
They have, but they've not played their best, but the Swedes have actually made it hard for them as well. It's not a comfortable 2-0 lead, let's put it that way. And the Swedish coach will be giving his players a bit more encouragement, saying you're in this game. It's not you've made a few unforced errors, but if you keep putting pressure on them, maybe the GB pair will crack as well.
Just a reminder that we've got a full schedule today. Our next game after this will be the men's doubles class 14. That's a semi-final between France and GB. Martin Perry and Aaron McKibben in action. So stay with us. Cheer on GB. There's been a great home crowd throughout this week, showing their full support. And at the moment, Pickard and Williams, despite being really tested by this Swedish duo, are putting smiles on the faces of the GB crowd.
Brilliant from Pickard, playing it right back into the open space.
So just a reminder, is the top two of each group that will go through to the semi-finals. GB already there, Pickard and Williams, but just wanting to secure 3 wins out of 3 in the group.
Well, he's just hit the net and went away. Wouldn't surprise me if the Swedish coach shows a timeout in the next couple of points if they don't claw a couple of points back here. Brilliant from the Swedes there, making Williams stretch for that ball, and it was just out of reach. And again, I know she got a bit fortunate, but they are attacking the ball. They're trying to make it really difficult for the GB pair.
Nice though from Grace Williams, no mistake.
Yeah, brilliant from Grace Williams just then. Playing it right down the line, really in the corner.
So 3-3, and it's been a sort of a similar story in all the games so far. That nothing really much to separate the two teams. Just GB edging ahead, really.
Yeah, that's right. But all that can turn within a couple of points, and that's what the Swedish pair will be hoping for.
One into the netting, so GB just regained that advantage. Sweden not giving up on this one. 4-4. Number 3.
And again, an unforced error there from the GB pairing, giving Sweden a window of hope.
Well, for the first time really in the game, Sweden have got a little bit of advantage here. 2-point gap, 6-4. How will GB respond? Good work from Pickard and Williams to keep it alive, and they've win the points. Good work from Pickard. It's backhand flick to keep the game going, keep the rally alive. A good response from GB after trailing 6-4. They've worked it back to 6-6 game 3.
Yeah, it's a really tight game. As the previous 2 games, it's been very close. Nobody's been able to get that dominance in the game. And there you see a great forehand there from the Swedish pair.
Good response from GB. Back to 7-7 at the moment. You score, we score. Really to separate these two teams, it's just been the story of the game.
There's that indication of what Grace Williams wants Pickard to do in terms of service.
And there we go again. We managed to notice that pointing down to the floor from Pickard, indicating on the type of serve, as Farrell mentioned. Williams keeps it alive. That one's loose. So from Pickard, and Sweden yet again open up a 2-point advantage.
Stodler played a brilliant forehand, the backhand, deep into the Pickard forehand then.
Oh, nice return from Williams.
Yeah, and the GB coach will be expecting more of that from Grace Williams. If the ball is loose, he'll be wanting her to attack it.
Well, twice GB have come from 2 points down, and they've worked it back to 9-9. Big moments for Sweden. Can they take this match into a 4th game? Williams. Oh, nice work from Pickard, and GB are 1 away.
And there it is.
Well, it's a 3-0 victory for GB over Sweden, 11-9 in game 3, but the scoreline doesn't really tell the full story. Sweden really challenged GB, tested them in each and every point in every game, and despite the 3-0 win, I'm sure that the coach for GB will have some work and some advice to give to Pickard and Williams going into the semi-finals.
Yeah, he'll want him to play a lot better in the semi-final. I know it's they've come top of the group, and it's a win is a win. Sometimes you don't play well and you can get over the line. Sometimes you can play well and lose. So they'll be happy that they've got over the line, but they'll definitely the Great Britain pair could play better. In terms of the Swedish pair, though, they're a young pair, and I don't know how much experience they've had in terms of major tournaments, but they showed signs of real promise there, and in 4 or 5 years' time, they could be actually challenging for major medals as well.
Well, it's GB who are through to the semi-finals, and that'll be at 1 o'clock, and we'll have confirmation on whether that will be on table 6. I'm pretty sure it will be, but we'll get that confirmation to you as soon as possible. So those semi-finals will be at 1 o'clock in the women's doubles class 14. But for now, it's GB who are through to the semi-finals. We'll be back with you very soon. Well, a very warm welcome back to live coverage of the ITTF 2023 European Para-Table Tennis Championships here in Sheffield. It's at the English Institute for Sport, the home of British para-table tennis. Well, our next game comes from the men's doubles class 14. It is a semi-final between France and GB. So the France duo consists of Esteban Herot and Clément Berthier. And as for GB, we have Martin Perry and Aaron McKibben. So my name is Bradley Hope, and once again I'm delighted to say that I'm joined by Farrell Anthony, former cerebral palsy world champion and three-time GB champion. Farrell, it's another really fascinating matchup, of course. A place in the final and to challenge for a gold medal is at stake.
Yes, and it's always competitive. Great Britain versus France, and they both got very good players playing for them, very closely ranked in terms of positions in their respective rankings. So here we have a Class 6 and a Class 8 playing together for Britain in terms of McKibben and Perry, and it's the Hurrell who's the Class 6 and Berthier who's the Class 8 for the French.
Farrell, can you, just for people who are joining us for the first time in terms of the doubles, can you just explain to them how the class system works and how players can fit in terms of you have 14, you have 18, 20 in various different doubles combinations?
Yeah, so basically in 14, with 14, basically what happens is you can't have anybody, if you say that Class 1 is a 1 point and Class 10 is 10 points, you can only have a 14 point. So in this case you can have 2 7s or an 8 and a 6, but you can't have a 9 and a 6 because that's 15 points. I mean, you could have 2 6s if you wanted, or a 6 and a 7, but generally you'd want somebody from the higher class if you can, and this is probably the perfect combination, an 8 and a 6.
Thank you very much, Farrell, and we are nearly ready. In fact, ready, we are on our way. And France have got off to a fantastic start. Herot and Berthier raced into a 4-1 lead. Both of these pairings received byes in the round of 16. As for GB, they had to get past Sweden in the quarterfinals. France beats Spain. And that one just clips the netting and wide. It was a lovely return from Perry. It's France who storm into a 6-1 lead in game 1.
Good return there from Aaron Curran, giving the GB player their second point.
And McKibben lost in the quarterfinals in the Class 8 singles. He's gone one better in the men's doubles here with Perry. Given to serve. And as Perry tried to backhand drive it over the net, but into the netting. And France lead 7-3. Wow,
brilliant from Perry. Absolutely fantastic, great rally and a brilliant finishing backhand from Perry. He'll be looking to get that brilliant backhand in quite a lot actually. He's very good on both the forehand and backhand wings.
Well, GB just slowly but surely just creeping up on France. A 7-3 lead has turned only into a 7-5 advantage now. Clement Berthier. He reached the round of 16 in the Class 8 singles, lost out to Billy Shilton.
Just a bit long, that serve from Martin Perry for Berthier to play the winner. He needs to keep it just a bit shorter.
There's Martin Perry.
That's better from Martin Perry.
Wears his heart on his sleeve, does Perry.
Yeah.
Nearly clipping the back end of the table, but it's another point that goes the way of France. 2 away. Team in blue from securing the first game. GB won't give up this game without a fight.
That was a very strong flick there from Aaron Kibben, using his wrist to turn the ball over with so much speed. The French made a mistake.
Kibben's serve. And they are now 1 point away, France, from claiming the opening game.
Yeah, it just trickled the net. They actually acknowledged their good fortune there as well. That's brilliant from Perry there, right down in the corner. Stepped across, made space, and played a brilliant winner.
Oh, brilliant work from Perry and McKibben, and they're keeping GB in this opening game. 2 brilliant shots from McKibben and Perry. Oh, and GB, brilliant from the pair. They keep themselves in the game, and it's 10-10. A brilliant fight back in game 1 from Perry and McKibben.
Yeah, it's very tactical then. Berthier will be disappointed that he missed the ball, but it's great for the GB pairing.
Oh,
brilliant.
Standing from McKibben.
Yeah, but it was a serve that set it up. I did say that he needed to keep the ball shorter, and that's what he did with Berthier. Berthier couldn't get in with his strong forehand, and Aaron McKibben made sure he made the winner.
Well, GB was 7-3 down at one point in this opening game. And turned this around brilliantly. Oh, lucky from McKibben, who was forced back. Good work from Perry initially.
Yeah,
and the rally going.
Very good shot from Berthier from the backhand side. He was outside the court and he managed to get his hand, wrap it round to put it round on the table.
Oh, this time around it's France now who are at game point. Perry's forearm drive goes wide of the table. Oh, what a reply from Harold. That was outstanding from the Frenchman, and he's secured France's first game in the match.
Yeah, there was some brilliant shots from both pairings there. I know the French won it, but it seemed like they were, well, supermen going across the court. They were flying across to get the ball on the table. But it's the French that take it. But as I say, I said off air that it could be a very tight game, and it's proved to be so.
It certainly has. At one point, France did have a 4-point advantage, but GB really closed the gap and made France work for it. 13-11 in the end in game 1 of that final rally. producing some marvellous para table tennis.
Yeah, so both teams can take a minute between games. And just to mention for those online viewers who just said, if you notice that they're making signals below the table before they serve, and that's to indicate what sort of spin's on the ball and whether the ball is either short or long, and that gives their colleague an idea of what kind of ball that they may be expected to receive back. Doesn't always work, obviously, but at least they know what spin's going on the ball before it comes back to them. So that's why there's a lot of signalling under the table. That's what that's for.
Harold now with the first serve of game number 2. Harold ranked 11 in the Class 6.
Brilliant. That was great from Aaron McKibben. He's going to be looking to get in really strongly off the Hurrilt serve.
McKibben now to the netting, so first point on the board.
Heavy backspin there from McKibben. Came underneath the ball, used his wrist really well with lots of speed to create the backspin.
Well, somehow managed to keep that one in play, but there was no mistake from Berthier.
Yeah, he came back right and made sure that wasn't coming back. I think it's gone into the second court, somewhere, I don't know, about 10 yards away. I think I've looked at them. They're about to go and retrieve the ball.
Yeah, if you haven't been able to join us here at the English Institute for Sport, it's a huge area, 12 tables in play. That ball just sailed across the playing arena here. Well, so far so good for GB in game number 2, leading 5-1.
Yeah, it's been a good start from the GB pair, and it could be a really topsy-turvy game. This, it could actually go to 5 games. So Martin Parade voiced what he was going to do then, rather than indicated by a sign. But he's hit the edge of the bat, which could sometimes happen when you're trying to create a lot of spin. You can actually just hit the ball.
Now for France to serve. Well kept in from McKibben. Terry does well to keep it alive, and that one's wide from Herald, but that came about from the brilliant work from McKibben in that rally.
Yeah, but all the players were outside the court then, trying to play the ball. There was so much spin on the ball, height, that they had to go outside the court, from the table to make sure they got the point.
So GB 7-3 up in game number 2. France were in this position in the first game. And that's now turned into an 8-3 advantage. GB on course to claim game number 2. Can they finish the job off? Or can France rally? McKibben to serve.
And again, it's very good serving from Aaron McKibben. he's causing Berthier a lot of problems. He's not able to get in his big forehand because it's so tight and so spinny from McKibben.
Another brilliant rally of table tennis there. Both teams producing some fantastic shots. France to win the points, but GB in control of the game. One more point will do it. Oh, good work from GB, and they have claimed game number 2. It's 1-1.
Yep, and quite convincing in the end. It was not the tight game that we had in the first, and GB pairing will be happy with that. But sometimes that can work because of the way that they're serving to a different player. That can also affect the way that the games go as well. And what McKibben did for Great Britain there was he kept the Berthier out of trying to get his big forehand, and he kept it really tight. And Berthier struggled. I think he put 3 or 4 in the net from the serves, and that's a lot in a game where both teams are very competitive and evenly matched.
So 1-1 in our semi-final, a place in the final, and of course an opportunity to challenge for the gold medal at stake. So at the moment, this game is firmly in the balance. Gibbon for GB to serve and to get us underway. There is the finger point towards the floor, indicating the type of serve. Here is McKibben. A bit of a false start there for GB, but point gain for France. And here is McKibben. One all. Nice play from Berthier, just catching McKibben off guard. They're all to serve now for France. He gives it a whip.
It's good play there from getting Berthier to try and topspin, but he was out of position and hence he missed the table. So it'll be Martin Perry to serve. Brilliant from Perry. Nice tight serve and a great finish from McKibben down the line.
Great work from the GB duo. And Perry produced quality of serve again.
It was a let, I think. It called a let. Yeah, I think it's a let. Finds the margin, but it was a let. Brilliant from Perry. Then he's keeping it tight this game. In the first game, his serves were a bit too long, and Berthier capitalised, and his coach will have said, look, you've got to try and keep it tight against Berthier, stop him from getting in and allow Aaron to get the first big shot in.
Berthier now to respond for France.
Yeah, both players indicated that he hit the net there, acknowledging the fact that as well. But it's a great start from the GB pairing.
Nice work from the France duo there. I've noticed in this game, Farrell, compared to previous games that I've seen over the course of the past few days, that they're almost pushing each other further away from the tables as much. Is that something that's just natural in the game, or is that a tactic that's being used?
Well, the thing is, you've got two very strong Class 8 players with big shots, and they'll be looking to get those shots in. So once the spin takes effect, because they're away from the table, it's not more difficult. It's just that they will try and force the other pairing away because it makes it more difficult for them to get the ball back on the table.
5-5 in game number 3. 1-1 as well overall.
Brilliant from Perry again. Got it really tight. Couldn't get any big shot in there, Berthier, and that's brilliant play from Perry.
Oh, outstanding. McKibben. Perry did well. McKibben finished the point off.
Yeah, it was set up by Perry though. A really good shot, and then a good finishing shot from McKibben. And again, the GB player will be looking to keep Berthier out and Perry to make sure they keep the serves tight. Brilliant from Perry again. Berthier is getting frustrated now. He's really trying to get on top of the serves, but Perry, they've stuck to the tactics of keeping it tight, and the French have called a timeout.
Oh, just an opportunity to regroup. Some advice to the French and to the GB players. GB 8-5 in front in this crucial game 3.
Yes, and they'll be the happier of the pairing. It's Matt Kenny will have told his players, you've got to keep the serve tight against Hurrell. Make sure he doesn't get his big forehand in, and that's what Martin Perry's done. He's stuck to the tactic, and sometimes that's what you've got to do. It's just sticking to tactics to make sure you make it more difficult for the other pairing. The French, on the other hand, they're still in the game. It's only 8-5. It's called the timeout just to calm things down a bit. They'll still believe they can turn this around, and it's just an intriguing game.
So as the players return to the table, the GB to get us back underway. Perry to serve.
Brilliant from Perry. Again, keeping the Berthier out and being able to sort of dominate that rally to win the point.
So 2 points away, GB. And winning game number 3. Big moments in the match. Very eager to get back to the table. Here we go then. Berthier to serve. Oh, not quite this time from Perry. Good work from the French duo. And Berthier make it 2-2. Nice work from McKibben. Oh, and bamboozled there a little bit, McKibben.
Yeah, it was. He played it high with loads of topspin right into the corner, and Martin Perry couldn't get round enough to get the ball.
Well, France are just racking up a few points here, working their way back into the game. GB hold the nerve. McKibben to serve. Oh, and that one is long. France have done well. Good work from Herault and Berthier, and it is 9-9 after a real position of strength from GB. So ever since the timeout, it's all gone the way of France.
It has, and the French will be really confident now they can actually take this game. The right idea from the GB player, but he just missed the side of the table.
Well, since the timeout, France have won 5 points, GB only the 1. This could be a crucial point coming up. That one's wide of the table.
Perry there. They needed that, the Great Britain player. I think they needed that point, not just to win not to lose the game, but just to get a point back on the board after the timeout.
10-10. We've been here before already in this game. Oh, brilliant from the French duo. They really made McKibben and Perry work. Almost working the GB duo around the table and waiting for that opportunity to strike. Brilliant work from France. Well, France have taken game 3 after a promising start to the third game for GB. They're in a really good position. They were 8-5 in front when the timeout was called, but 7 points for France compared to GB's 2 after that timeout has put France in pole position in the match.
Yes, it was for the French. It was a very good timeout. Didn't favour the Britons, but that's why the timeouts are there, and they've capitalised on it. And but it is, it's the best of 5, and GB pairing will be getting some guidance and advice from the coach Matt Kenny in the corner, and hopefully they'll be able to turn that around as well. That's what they'll be looking to do. And the French will be looking to finish the game.
Absolutely. Well, it's 2-1 to France overall. Just a reminder of what is to come after this. We'll have France back in action. France against Poland in the mixed doubles. Mixed doubles class 22 semi-final. But as we turn our attention back to this men's doubles class semi-final, class 14.
Great start from the GB pair. Big fist bump from Aaron McKibben there.
Berthier now to serve. He responds and claims GB's second point.
Great finish from Herault there. Moving into the table and making a 4-round winner.
Another big point for GB, 3-1.
Great finish there from Aaron McKibben.
Really nice from Herault. And France are just keeping tabs on GB. They're not letting them get away from them in this game earlier on. Oh, 2-2 for France. It's 3-all.
Both teams utilising the towel break. The French are they're really trying to put pressure. I know her up miss, but what they're trying to do is make sure that they just keep putting the pressure on the GB pairing. Brilliant spin from Aaron McKibben there. Heavy top spin.
To serve. And that one is long this time. So just allowing France back into the game. Only 1 point separating the two sides now. Berthier to serve yet again. Perry just angles that one into the corner. France keep it alive. Oh, and that one's just clipped off the top of the netting, and we are back to all square, 5-5.
Right idea from Martin Perry there. Just these times, sometimes these things don't work out. Again, superb from Aaron McKibben. He's looking to get that heavy spin to make it difficult for Berthier to return the ball. And again, superb from Aaron McKibben. He just made sure the ball went into that corner. He knew he'd win the point. Didn't have to do much at all with that at all.
Yeah, beautifully guided into that corner, as Farah mentioned there, from McKibben. That's 2-2 for Aaron. Two good finishes and puts GB in a good position here. It's what's proving to be another tight game, and GB extend that advantage, 8-5 now. Of course, we've been in this position before, GB, in the previous games. Can they finish the job off in this one?
Let serve called. Well, I think it's just clipped the net and gone away, but he got his big forehand in there somehow.
Well, 2-2 for the French duo. Put them one behind.
Great from Perry, tying up the Frenchman. He couldn't make space for the top spin. He got the shot in, but it wasn't comfortable about it at all. Great return from Martin Perry there, superb play.
So can GB take this into a fifth game? Only 1 point required. But yeah. Well, they do, but it's obviously a bit of fortune, but GB have done it. They have pushed this game into a fifth And 2-2 after 4.
Yeah, it was always going to be a tight game, this, and you know, the GB pairing have done well to get back in. It's going to be very intriguing now how both pairings start the serving, because it could be that they'll want to change with the strongest player playing the last point in the changeover, but we'll just have to see. Both Berthier and McKibben will be looking to get their strong forehands in from the serve to make it hard for their opposing halves to actually get the ball on the table.
So a place in the final against the Denmark duo of Henrik Brammer and Peter Rosenmeier is at stake. Into the 5th game we go.
Yeah. And it's Aaron McKibben to serve for the GB pair, just indicating to Martin Perry what kind of serve it's going to be.
Good start for GB.
Oh, fantastic from Martin Perry there. Superb. Straight off the bounce, a rocket forehand right into the corner. Superb from the British duo.
Bit of magic from Perry. Can they keep this going, GB? Almost over exuberant there. McKibben just got a bit excited with that one and just allows France to secure their first point of the game. It was good work from French duo, and they've brought this back to 2-2.
Yeah, they want to try and get the GB pair away from the table as quickly as possible. Great return from Martin Perry there. He came round the ball, round the side of the ball to create a bit of side spin. Just made it awkward for Berthier to get the ball.
Once again, fine margin separating these two pairs.
Just drifted a bit long there, Martin Perry. He tried to keep it as tight as possible, but any sniff of getting the ball being long, and Berthier capitalised on that.
Well, after a good rally, it was France who have secured the point. Play from the French duo. Left little touch from Herolds, kept alive by McKibben. And that one is wide of the table. So France now in a good position. And so the timeout has been called.
Yeah, the timeout's been called, and also the players will swap over. So the GB in the 5th game, they swap over at 5. So it's 5-3 to the French. The GB pairing have taken the timeout as well. So it's still very tight. Could go either way. Both pairings are looking for any slight weakness in the other pairing's returns to make winners, and that's what's happened so far.
It's all got suddenly quite tense here at the English Institute for Sport. You could almost just hear a pin drop in the venue as the crowd eagerly await the two pairs to make their way back to the table.
Yeah, it's a very tight game.
And here we go. We are ready to get this semi-final back underway. 2-2. 5-3 in game number 5 to France. McKibben to serve. Oh, brilliant from Perry. That was the start they needed.
That was a brilliant get from Perry there. Stretched every sinew in his right arm to get the ball on the table. Oh, superb backhand from Aaron McKibben there. Power and precision in the same shot.
We're back level, it's 5-5. Perry, McKibben, oh, good work. Good play from France. Puts the scoreline back in their favour. 38. And then is there a response from GB? Good work initially from McKibben, but an equally brilliant reply.
Yeah, superb shot there from Berthier to win the point.
Perry to serve. Oh, it's another big point for France.
Yeah, he took a risk there and it paid off.
Just see what it means for both of these players. The contrasted emotions, so evident. Perry. Fascinating to watch him serve. He just watches that ball like a hawk, and here he goes with that serve. McKibben, backhand. Perry just drops it over the net. Oh, brilliant,
Great
McKibben.
from McKibben there. He had to have 2 stabs at it to actually get the point, but it worked for the GB pairing. Touch of hands to acknowledge the fact that they won that point.
Wow.
Oh, he's just missed the backhand.
The reaction said it all from McKibben. Look of anguish. On the other hand, Herolt's delighted with that one.
Oh, and the GB pair are still in this. Yep, superb serve from McKibben. He knew he was going to try and attack, and he put loads of backspin on the ball. And I think that hit the table before it actually hit the net. There was that much backspin on it.
Under pressure. Brilliant serve from McKibben. Can he produce that? Well, this time around it's France who secure the point. They are 1 away now from a place in the men's doubles class 14 final. It's been a fantastic tussle, fantastic battle between these two pairings. Can France finish the job off? Yes, they can! Berthier with a brilliant way to win
Brilliant shot
this
there from
semi-final.
Berthier to win it. What a way to win a semi-final.
Well, what a marvellous match here at the 2023 European Para Table Tennis Championships. It ends in disappointment for McKibben and Perry, but for Herold and Berthier, they are through to the final and they will take on Denmark later on today. But a fantastic game, and it's France who are through to the final.
Yeah, it could have gone either way, but a brilliant way to finish the match for the French. And you know, it's just very fine margins all through the game, really. But there wasn't anything to pick between them. Some great shots from both of them. McKibben and Perry will be disappointed they didn't win, they didn't get over the line, but you know, it was a great spectacle of table tennis from both sides, and the French in the end got over the line and they'll go into the final.
Well, it's bronze for Perry and McKibben in the men's doubles class 14. France will have the opportunity to challenge for the gold medal. But what a brilliant match in the men's doubles class 14. We'll now turn our attention to the mixed doubles class 22. Our next match will be France against Poland, and that will be coming up in the next couple of minutes. Well, welcome back to live coverage here at the English Institute for Sport in Sheffield, the 2023 European Para Table Tennis Championships. You're now watching the mixed doubles class 22. This is a semi-final between France and Poland. So for France we have Antoine Zhao and Leah Fernie. As for Poland, Damien Fira and Kristina Liszak. So this is a semi-final. We're into the business end of the competitions in all our classes. Mixed doubles class 22 semi-final. My name is Bradley Hope and I'm delighted to say that I'm joined by former cerebral palsy world champion and 3-time GB champion Farrell Anthony. So into the mixed doubles class 22 semi-final. What do we expect from this semi-final then, Farrell?
I'm hoping it's going to be as exciting as the last game.
Yeah, that was a belter.
Yeah, it was. I know the British pair came out. You know, they didn't win, but the level of table tennis that's been going off the last 3 or 4 days has been brilliant, and hopefully these two pairings can carry on with that sort of a tradition. I haven't seen these two play. These two pairings play this week at all, so I don't know much about them, but as the match goes on I'm sure we'll find out a bit more.
So this is mixed doubles class 22. Just explain to our audience the combination then for this mixed doubles class 22.
So basically these are the players at it's the intellectual impairment class, and they have the in terms of doubles, so they have class 11 men and class 11 women, and this is their mixed doubles tournament, as it were. I don't know how many pairings were in the actual competition, but it's great to see them play, because some of these players, table tennis is like they learn how to play table tennis, which helps them, and some of these players are really good. They understand spin, speed, and they are very mobile as well, and it's a great competition to have back in the fold for the Europeans.
Yeah, it's the first time we've had the mixed doubles class 22 here on table number 6. So just to detail what's happened so far, we've started off with 2 groups of 3, with France finishing top of their group, along with another Polish duo and Turkish combination. As for Poland, Liszak and Fira, they were in a group with Turkey and Ukraine, and they finished second in their group. So we've gone straight to the semi-finals, with the final later on today.
Zhao with a fantastic backhand cross court there.
Well, what a fantastic start that was for France. That was over in a blink of an eye. Brilliant start from France.
Yeah, they'll be happy with that as well. I mean, the Polish, sometimes this can happen in games though. Somebody gets a really quick start, but then they claw it back and settle down. So that's what the Polish pairing will be hoping for in this next game, that they hopefully try and win it, but they'll try and claw back as many points as possible to make it more competitive in the next game.
Well, France off to a great start, and Fernie, a gold medal winner in the Class 11 singles in the World Para Table Tennis Championships. As for Antoine Zhao, 2 gold medals to his name, 2 major gold medals in the Class 11 teams at the 2019 European Championships and the 2017 World Team Championships. So gold medals share around for the France duo, and they've got off to the perfect start here against Poland.
Great serve there from Fernie. Oh, and then an error. So one great shot and an error.
So Fernie to serve again. Zhao into the netting, one apiece. Game number 2.
I think he just missed the table there. Went cross court with a winner and then he tried to go down the line, but he just missed it. So it's Zhao to serve.
That one just clipping the top of the netting. So it's a good comeback here from Poland in game number 2. Damien Fearer aiming to try and reach the final to see if he can claim his first major gold medal. Bronze and silver to his name in previous majors.
And a fantastic winner from Fearer there.
That one just long by Lishak.
Yeah, she just shadowed what she should have been doing.
There's another go on that one, just hitting the edge of the table from Fearer. So it's another point that goes the way of France, and they're just starting to creep their way back into this game after Poland are in a position of strength. That one's long, good work from France. And it's 6-6. Just see Lishak just shaking the bat in front of her face. It's another hot day here in Yorkshire. The venue here, the English Institute for Sport, can get particularly warm. Two successive points there for Poland.
Yeah, Zhao just going for the forehand winner, and it just clipped the net and went away.
Well, it's a really good response here from Poland. 9-6. It's really interesting to watch all the players' different routines before serving. Everyone is different, and that's a wonderful shot from Lishak, finishing it right in the corner. And they're 1 point away from levelling up this match. Fernie with the serve. And it's a great response from Poland. It's one apiece.
Yeah, and like I said in the first game, sometimes the first game can run away with you before you settle down, and it was in the blink of an eye that was finished. But the credit to the Polish pairing, they've come back in the second game, playing some really good stuff as well. So, yeah, you mentioned the fact when you were talking about service routines, there's some people who bounce the ball on the table, some people bounce it in the hand. Some people, lots of different things in terms of preparation for serving, which all makes for the game of table tennis has been unique and wonderful and sort of diverse, and that's the beauty of the game.
Out of interest, Farrell, what did you used to do before your service?
I used to growl. No, I didn't. No, I was very. I bounced the ball a couple of times, but not many times. So, I mean, there are some players who bounce the ball 3 or 4 times. Very rare did I bounce the ball. I used to take my time and serve. Before I served. Some people are quick servers, some people I was on the slower side of serving.
Ishak with the serve.
Oh, it just clipped the net. Good serve from Ishak there.
Here now to serve for Poland. Zhao responds. That one is wide of the table. France at lead 3-2.
Yeah, Fernie spun that heavy and Vera just misread the response.
There's that man to serve. Have a second serve here for Vera. Now whips it back.
Yeah, that was a great shot from Zhao there. I think the referee was just saying to Vera, you need to throw the ball up the required 15 centimetres. I mean, she just warned him. If it happens the second time, she may actually deduct a point.
Oh, nice from Zhao. No mistake from the Frenchman. Ishak now with the serve. Fernie tried to bend it towards Vera.
She put lots of backspin on the ball though, Ishak just then, and that's why it went into the bottom of the net.
Here's that signal from Zhao, pointing down to the floor. Nice from Zhao and France. 8-3 up, this combination. Fernie and Zhao working well in game number 3. Very nicely done from Ishak, and now Poland just starting to come back a little.
Oh, fantastic finish from Ferrer there, down the line with so much power.
Well, that's 4 on the bounce for Poland, and from a position of strength, France are in trouble a little bit here. That's the response that France would have wanted. Ishak now with the serve. And that one is wide off the table. Good work again from Vera. Well, France 1 point away from securing their spots into They may take their game one game away, I should say. And there it is. That secures game number 3, and now they are one game away from securing their place in the final. Work to do then for Poland.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if this Polish pair just take a few more risks in the 4th game to try and win it. Fernie and Zhao have played well. Both pairings have played well, but they got off to a bad start, the Poles, in this 3rd game. And it's so hard to recover points when you go down by like 3 or 4 points in a game up to 11. It's going to be kind of difficult to claw it back. But they'll still be confident. I think the coach will be giving them words of encouragement to say, we're still in this game, they're not too far away. And they sort of dominated the 2nd game, really. So we'll see how it goes in this 4th game.
Absolutely. And France know that one good game put them into the final. Leah Fernie has already been in one final so far this week in the women's singles class 11. Lost out in the final.
Great flick from Lishak there. Wide into Zhao's forehand. Good combination play there. Fira finishing off the top.
Fernie just keeps it alive. Zhao finishes it off.
That was a great finish from Zhao there. Came into the table with so much power.
Oh, but a brilliant response.
Fernie with the backhand as well. So both pairings, they're trying to dominate the rallies.
Fernie. Now here's Zhao again. Oh, and frustrated with that one. Clipped the top of the net. Almost a case of deja vu if it wasn't just for the netting. Fernie tried to whip that one and does well. Good shot, good response from France.
Great point there from Fura, sorry.
Fernie now for France. Zhao again. Well, we've seen that already in this game.
Yeah, he's got a very powerful forehand topspin shot.
And just to aware of the good luck there for Lishak. And here comes the next serve. Zhao tries to go for it again. That one is also wide of the table. So at the moment we are heading towards a 5th game. Unless France can start to rack up the points. Well, Poland 2 away now from taking this game all the way to the 5th game.
Just got lucky there, Fura.
So here we go then, one good serve away from securing their place into the 5th game. And they do just that.
And a fist pump to boot as well. He was happy with that. And the Poles have clawed it back. It's now 2-2. It's a tight game to call. It's been topsy-turvy all the way, and 11-4 doesn't sort of reflect the standard that's been played today. It's been a very close game, and I don't know who to call.
Yeah, compared to our previous match involving GB, where it went all the way to 5 games, those games were pretty close. And as you mentioned, Farad, looking at the individual scores for each game, 11-2, 11-6, 11-8, 11-4, it's been no team has really controlled the match really at any stage.
And that's what makes table tennis intriguing. Because as a spectator, you like to see 5th games. I'm sure the competitors don't like to see 5th games, but as a spectator, you want to see competitive games and you want them to go to 5 because it's so exciting.
Well, here we go. As Farrell mentioned, that this one is a really tough one to call. No second chances, though, for either of these teams. Into the 5th game we go. Lishak to get us underway. Oh, and it's a good start for France. We've seen that on multiple occasions so far in the match from Zhao, and he's produced another one. Great start, 2-2 for the French pair. We have to say, Farrell, despite this game going to 5 games, it's being played at a fair old pace. No messing about from either team.
Yeah, there's a lot of unforced errors, though. That's the thing. It's only like, somebody's serving, somebody's missing, a couple of points here and there. And the French have taken a commanding lead at the moment. And there, the backhand that worked in the last game just went wide there for Fir. And I don't know if they've called the timeout.
Yeah, timeout has been called. Important timeout, in particular for Poland here. But this has been the nature of this match so far. In each individual game, they've certainly not really been close.
No, and but the Poles, they still think they'll win this game. Although, it could go either way. They'll have to believe they can still claw this game back, and it does happen. And if they can get a good start after the timeout, then anything can happen.
So we are ready to get this game back underway. Oh, brilliant from Zhao. He's done that on multiple occasions. And they are the first team to 5. And they'll switch sides. But what a performance so far from France in game number 5. In particular, some explosive forearm drives from Zhao are the difference here.
Yeah, he's got a very good forehand, and he puts a bit of side on it as well, so it takes it away from the player. prefer her to serve.
It's another point closer for France. Ferrer will have another opportunity to serve here. And that was a really nice reply from Fernie. But Alicia under pressure.
She got in with a heavy spin. Made it difficult for Alicia to get the ball back.
Here's Fernie, the silver medalist in the women's class 11. Well, it's just been the rhythm of this match so far. Either all of the games have been that close. And on this occasion, France are dominant and are 2 away. But can Poland come back into this one to start scoring points quickly? And they've got 2 in a row. So a little fight back here from Poland in game 5. Can they keep this momentum up? Can France halt the charge?
Heavy spin again from Fernie there. Making it awkward for Lishak.
And there we go. France are through to the mixed doubles class 22 final. They will play one of Poland or Ukraine in the final. But it was a game that went the distance. 3-2 in the end. But if you dissect every game down, there was none of the games were really close or tight. But it was France in the end who have proved out to be the winner in game number 5 and in the match overall.
Yeah, an intriguing match, and it was, it went the French. I think they just deserved to win. I think they were the most positive of the pairings, and they didn't make as many errors as well. So, on balance, a good win for the French.
So our next match here from the English Institute for Sports at the 2023 European Para Table Tennis Championships. It will be from the mixed doubles class 14 semi-final between Ukraine and Poland. That will be coming up in around about 10 minutes time. Well, welcome back to the ITTF 2023 European Paratable Tennis Championships here in the English Institute for Sport, the home of British paratable tennis in Sheffield. We are on to our next game. It's the mixed doubles class 14. It's a semi-final between Ukraine and Poland. For Ukraine, we have Viktor Diduk and Mariana Litovchenko. As for Poland, Maxim Trudicki and Katarzyna Marcel. So my name is Bradley Hope, and I'm delighted to say that I'm joined by former cerebral palsy world champion and three-time GB champion Farrell Anthony for this one. So we're into the business end of all our classes, and this is a mixed doubles class 14 semi-final. What are your expectations ahead of this semi-final?
Well, I would say the two gold medalists are favourites to win this. Litovchenko won the Class 6 event and Diduk won the Class 8 event. So very strong pairing. And they'll be favourites to win, but the Polish pair are very good. Marshall in their own right is in the top. I think he's ranked 3 or 4, 5 in the world now, and Trudicki's he's just been reclassified. To be fair, he's gone up to a Class 8, but he's ranked in the top 10 in the world. So it's two very strong sides, and looking forward to a really compelling game.
Well, it's Ukraine. They've got off to perfect starts. Diduk trying to reach the final of this mixed doubles after losing to GB in the men's doubles quarter final. It was yesterday. A rapid start to this game, 6 points down.
Yeah,
it's Ukraine leading 4-2.
Yeah, great backhand from Trudicki there, just putting pressure on Litovchenko.
Oh, that one just miscued off the bat of Litovchenko.
Great return there from Marshall. Just put the ball back right into the corner, so Diduk had to stretch to actually get the ball.
Marshall on that occasion, slightly bamboozled. 6-4 Ukraine. Marshall with the serve. Diduk whips it backhanded. Response from Litovchenko. Here's Diduk again into the netting, this time from Trudicki.
That was very clever from Diduk then. Although he put topspin on, he put very little on it. And Trudicki actually misread the ball. That's a fantastic backhand from Diduk. He's really trying to dominate this game with his shots.
Imposing himself in the match so far, Diduk. Oh, and this time it's the forehand drive from Diduk that secures the points for Ukraine. 9-4. They're on a roll here so far in the first game.
Oh, just unfortunate there from Marshall. Just put the ball into the net.
Litovchenko. Opportunity to serve. And into the netting. Good work from the Polish duo. Nice rally between the two teams.
Yeah, Trzycki like that. A bit of a piss pump to his coach.
Well, Poland pushing this Ukraine duo all the way in game number 1 and making it easy. And just like that, it's 10-10. In a position of strength there, Ukraine, being pegged back.
And a basic error from the Ukrainian gives the Poles the advantage on the serve. Trzycki just showing a bit of frustration there, just gesturing what he should have done with his backhand.
Oh, brilliant response from Poland to keep this game alive.
Yeah, that was a great forehand topspin from Trzycki there. Cross court and very low. And again, he's really pumped up Trzycki for this.
It's been a brilliant game so far. This is only the first game as well. Oh, that's the response from Ukraine. Who wants to win this?
Wow. That was an unusual smash from Duduk there. But it was effective.
And there is that forehand drive. Brilliant from Duduk. Full repertoire of shots on show in game 1. And now Ukraine, once again, are a point away. And there we go. Ukraine take game number 1. Wow, if the rest of the games are going to be anything like what we've just seen, then we're in for a real treat.
We are, and the Polish pairing were so close there as well. And so as they go back to they have a minute with their coaches to discuss tactics and take on some fluid, or maybe have something to eat as well, like an energy bar or something like that. Just for those players, people who have joined us and maybe didn't understand what was going on underneath the table, the players signify what kind of spin is going to be served. But sometimes, occasionally, their partner will ask them to serve a certain way as well. So you'll get both pairs, say like somebody wants to do a topspin and the other player wants it to be a backspin. But so they'll do that underneath the table in sign language, as it were. So they won't talk about it, they'll just sign it. But, so it's a universal language in table tennis that people signify this, so you'll see it through different nations doing this. Oh, that was brilliant from Marshall. That played it wide. and off the side as well. Very delicate shot. It wasn't powerful, it was just precision.
Oh, lovely bit of play from Litovchenko. Leave it to serve for Ukraine. Oh, nice. Once again on Litovchenko. 2-2.
And Litovchenko's played a part in winning the last 3 points.
Make that 4. Brilliant from Ukrainian.
And she came down and round that ball to create a bit of side spin. And it just took it away from the Polish player. Oh, brilliant from Trzicki there. And a roar of delight as well to go with it. He really enjoyed that point.
He certainly did. It's 4-all in game 2. Oh, this game is certainly twisting one way then the next. There we go, Trzicki now with the serve. 2-5-5. Trzicki was just almost pleading with himself. No, didn't hit the table. He looked with the serve. Litovchenko, and that's another point that goes the way of Ukraine. Brilliant from Trzicki. That gets a warm reception from the crowd, keeps Poland in the game.
That was a great shot from Trzicki. He went round the net then as opposed to over the net, just to hit the corner. Fantastic shot. The ball coming into the court there.
Well, 9-9 currently. It's been another fantastic game. Brilliant match so far.
Yeah, really close pairings here.
Oh, just couldn't be kept in play. And Ukraine 1 point away now from 2-0 up in the match. And there it is, 2-0 to Ukraine. In the big moments, they're coming up with all the answers. And they are one game away from securing their place in the mixed doubles class 14 final.
Yeah, and what happened there in that particular game was Litvchenko came into her own and she started to play her forehand drives and with the side spin and putting loads of pressure on the Polish pair. And Dudek's been doing that all the game, but this time Litvchenko was playing, she came into her own, and that's made the difference.
So a moment for each team just to talk to their coaches, words of encouragement and advice. They need to work hard here, Poland. They've been in both of the games. Unfortunate, really. There seems to be 2-0 down, really, overall in the match.
Yeah, it's been really close. 15-13, 11-9 is nothing. There's nothing much between them at all. So they'll take heart from that, and they'll try and put a bit more pressure on the Ukrainians in terms of just making sure that they win the points and the Ukrainians don't win any.
Ukraine lead, game number 3, 2 points to 1.
Yeah, a good backhand flip from Dudek there.
Oh, good response. Shaditsky, 2-2. Lovely forehand drive.
Oh, great backspin serve from Dudek there. Fulcher did I think he thought it was topspin on the ball, but lots of backspin on the ball. Took it down into the net.
That one just tipped long.
Yeah, lots of spin on that ball from Litvchenko then. Martial couldn't handle that.
Oh, and again, Martial, that one is long as well. So just in these fine margins of the match, they're just edging towards Ukraine.
The timeout's been called by the Polish pair. It's a good timeout.
Yeah, despite the games being close, Farrell, it seems to me that almost just when the critical moments have come in each of the games, it's Ukraine that have taken the big moment.
Yeah, and towards the end as well. I think the thing is, Dudek's always looking to get in very strong, and Litvchenko is doing exactly the same. So the Polish player can't afford just to put the ball on the table, because the Ukrainians will attack the ball if it's a weak ball. They're always looking for the weak ball. Polish are holding their own, and it's not. It's 7-4. That's there's only three. When I say it's only 3 points, it's a big 3 points, but it's easily. You can either claw that back if the Ukrainians start to lose a bit of concentration and miss their shots. And he's done it again, Dudek. He's got such a brilliant backhand that he can play them down the line. He's moved across to play it down the line, whereas before he played it cross court. So he's keeping Chuzicki guessing.
Oh, no mistake there from Dudek. He wasn't going to miss out on that. Sat up well and dispatched it confidently. Poland still battling. Still well in this game. Can get on a roll here. Ukrainian duo under pressure. Oh, but that one is long. And now Ukraine are only 1 point away from securing their place in the final. And there we go. It's Ukraine who are through to the mixed doubles class 14 final in straight games, 3-0. Although in the first two games the scoreline doesn't really tell the full picture, the full story. It was close, but certainly in this third game Ukraine showed their class and are through to the final. And Farrell, it's in the end, on paper, it's a comprehensive win for Ukraine, but of course the scoreline doesn't always tell the full picture.
No, but I think that the Ukrainians were the strongest pair, and they were looking to win points more than the Poles, and on reflect, I think they deserve to win. The Poles had their moments though, and I'm sure this pairing will grow from strength to strength, and you never know, this could be a repeat for that final in Paris. You never know.
So here we go then. It's the final will be either between France and the Netherlands and Ukraine in the mixed doubles class 14. That final will be later on today, just after 5 o'clock. But our next match here on table 6 will be in the women's doubles class 14. It's a semi-final. GB are involved. It's GB against Norway, and that'll be getting underway in just over 10 minutes time. Well, welcome back to live coverage of the 2023 European Para Table Tennis Championships here in Sheffield at the English Institute for Sport, the home of British Para Table Tennis. We're into our next match here on table 6. It's the women's doubles class 14 semi-final. It's between GB and Norway. So the duo for Norway, Ada Darlen and Marith Tveiten. As for GB, we have Fliss, Pickard and Grace Williams. My name is Bradley Hope and I'm delighted to say, joining me for this crunch semi-final is Farrell Anthony, the former cerebral palsy world champion and 3-time GB champion. It's a big match then for GB, but of course there are 2 teams that make up a match and Norway will be desperate to reach a final as well. How do you call this one?
I think that both teams will be confident. Ada has actually won the Class 8 event, and so she's the gold medalist. And on the opposite side, we've got GB, who are the current world champions. So it'll be an intriguing matchup. Both teams will want to get off to a fast start and a dominant start, and hopefully they'll put on a good show of good table tennis.
Absolutely, we've had a brilliant day so far. Lots of fantastic action, not just today but also during the week. It's the 6th and final day of these championships. Medals up for grabs, and this is for a place in the women's doubles class 14 final, and we're off. And GB have got off to the perfect start. Our world gold medalists, I should say, aiming to try and add a European gold medal to their trophy cabinet.
And there, those famous vocals from Fliss Pickard there, acknowledging the fact that they won the point. Brilliant push from Fliss Pickard there. Fast and long into Tveiten's forehand.
Well, what an opening this has been for GB. Brilliant start from Pickard and Williams. Against a dynamic duo from Norway. Ada Darlen, 3 major golds, the 2015, 2017, and now the 2023 singles class 8. She'll be wanting to try and add a gold medal in the doubles. Some back-to-back points now for Norway, just pegs back the scoreline. GB 4, Norway 2.
Brilliant response there from Ada Darling. Strong forehand topspin winner.
Great support here in Sheffield in what is a huge match in the doubles. Williams with the serve, Pickard sends back. And they restore that 2-point advantage. Quick play from GB, forcing Norway into the error. And it's 8-4.
And both teams utilising the break, which they're allowed to take every 6 points. And you'll find that the GB pair will do that whether they are in front by a lot or down. They'll do it all the time as part of their routine. That's a great combination from the GB pair there, tying the Norwegians up in the right hand side of the table.
And again from GB, they're 1 point away from claiming the opening game and getting off to the perfect start. Brighton to serve for Norway.
Good flick there from Grace Williams to win the game. And the GB pair will be delighted about that, winning that game. And the way they did it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They raced into a 4-0 lead. They were pegged back, but then they stormed to victory in game 1. And they are 1-0 up in the match.
So both teams are just taking a 1 minute break, which they're allowed to do between games, just to take on some fluid, have a chat with the coaches, and maybe have, if they're wanting a bit of energy, maybe have an energy bar or something, an energy drink.
So Pickard and Williams, they won all 3 of their group games against France, Sweden, and the other Norwegian pairing of Sletton and Corneliussen. Played earlier on today, beating Sweden in straight games, 3-0. They weren't as convincing in that final group game that we saw first up this morning, but they've certainly toned for any little errors they made, and they've come flying out the trap so far.
Yeah, completely different pairing today. Well, attitude, I think. I think the coach would have had a word with them and say, look, you can be a bit more aggressive and take the game to your opponents a bit more.
Brighton to serve for Norway. Oh, nice response from Darlin. That was a lovely shot.
Great backspin serve from Fliss Pickard there.
Well, it's another close game. We've seen plenty of these today. We're leading by 3 points to 2. And now 3-3. Just a quick break. Opening 6 points. Who's going to blink first here in game number 2? 4-4. That one is long. So GB just edging back in front. This feels like this game, it's just about holding your nerve. Nice return, GB starting to get a bit of breathing space now in game number 2. A mistake from Darlan, and we're back to 6-6. Well, just when you think potentially GB we're going to just break ahead, Norway have pulled them back into the match.
Yeah, and I think that could be a pattern for full game, to be fair, because both teams are making winning shots, and it's difficult when you're putting pressure on another team to actually for the other team to win points. So they're both sort of winning their serves and then losing the serves, and then
clinical from Darlan again. Seen that just in the previous points one from Darlan. Messing about. Work to do here for GB. Great response though from Pickard and GB.
Yeah, it was a great serve and a great follow-up. And we're back to within 1 point for the GB team.
Oh, outstanding from GB. Great reactions, great timing. And back to just 1 point, separating the sides in game 2. Oh, and once again, superb from Grace Williams.
Yeah, I think she just acknowledged the net as it went through, though. And they're both going to take their towel breaks. Just giving the GB team, just giving themselves encouragement there.
Pumping each other up. Serve from Pickard here. Moments in the game here, potentially in the match. Norway level things up. It's 10-10.
I thought that was just going to creep over there for the Norwegian pair, but the ball decided to drop this side of the net.
Those fine margins, as we've been talking about over the course of these championships. That one is long from Pickard and GB. So another opportunity here for Norway. And that one just favouring GB as it flickered off the top of the net.
Yeah, there's the net's playing a big part in this game at the moment anyway. So
once again, Norway move into game point. Can they take it this time? Pickard to serve. Oh, and they do hold their nerve in game 2. It's 1-1 hanging to game 3.
Yes, and it could have gone either way. It's gone the Norwegians' way, and they'll be happy about that. It's a very intriguing match. It really is. It's because both teams have got players who can attack the ball really well, and I think it's got another one that potentially could go all 5. It could be 5 games, all 5 games. So you'll notice again that the range of communication between serves. So the Norwegians, they tend to whisper what they're going to do, as well as the signals, and the GB player whisper as well and discuss before they do that. So there's a wide range of ways of communicating what they want to do in terms of the serve. Just to make sure that they're sort of singing off the same hymn sheet, really. And into game 3 we go.
Certainly do. Talking of the hand signals, Pickard just pointing to the floor. Williams to serve. Oh, brilliant!
Brilliance there from Darling. She moved really quickly across to get that forehand in and played it down the line.
Oh, there we go. It's 3-0.
Yeah, and now she's starting to be really dominant, Darling. She's looking to get that forehand, that very strong forehand in, and it's causing the GB players a bit of problems at the moment.
Wow, good rally from both teams. GB coming out on top this time, and they get their first point on the board in game 3. A strong response, and Darlin is on fire so far in this game. Norway in a really strong position early on in the game. Can they maintain this strong start? Oh, that's a good response, Williams, for GB this time.
Yeah, Grace Williams needs to do the similar sort of thing that Darling is doing, trying to get that forehand in, that strong forehand, because they're the most mobile players and they'll be able to move around the court a bit quicker.
Start after the short break for GB. Knighton with the serve for Norway. And you talked about Farah, about Grace Williams sort of asserting herself on the game, and that's what she's just done there.
Yep, that's what a coach will want. He'll want to try and, when the opportunity's there for her to use that forehand. A bit similar to what Darling is doing for Norway.
turn this one around from 4-1 down. 4 points on the spin. Make that 5. 6-4 now, GB. They are on a roll. Oh, it's amazing how a game of table tennis can just change from 1 second. You feel that one team is on top, Norway 4-1 up, and now GB in a really commanding position.
And although Grace Williams missed that, she'll be encouraged that her coach will be encouraged that she's actually trying to make winners.
With the serve and claiming the point. Oh, superb from Williams.
Yeah, brilliant play from the GB player, attacking intent, putting pressure on the Norwegians.
Clinical, no mistake. Norway have to play up now. But GB are a point away from going 2-1 up here.
And there's a roar of approval from Fliss Pickard there. You could hear around the arena.
Williams to serve. And there we go, GB are 2-1 up in the semi-final. Brilliant rally. They held their nerve and in a good position to try and get through to the women's double class 14 final.
Yeah, and they'll be pleased with the way they came back in that game, because they were 3 or 4 points down. But then they started to assert their dominance. Grace Williams getting a forehand in, Fliss Pickard getting a backhand in. So on that game, they'll want to carry on the momentum, and the Norwegians will try and stem that straight away.
Well, that's another big game coming up. Of course, the winner of this will play one of Germany or France in the final, and that will be later on today. One of our final games of the week in what has been a fantastic championships. European Paratable Tennis Championships here at the English Institute for Sport in Sheffield. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage as much as we have, being able to bring you all these games throughout the week. Found so many champions and medal winners, and there are more medals to be won this afternoon. Will GB be fighting for a gold or silver medal in the women's double class 14, or will it be Norway?
So the Norwegian pair were just discussing who should serve first, because they have the choice, and it's going to be Darling to serve to Grace Williams. Great finishing shot from Darling there. Went like a rocket cross court.
Yeah, she's really nailed those shots throughout the match. One apiece.
Darling did the right thing there, but she just missed the table.
Fighting to serve for Norway. See that verbal communication there between the two Norwegian players about what they want to do with the serve. Oh, Williams just on this occasion couldn't get it over the netting. She gave it absolutely everything. And just a quick break in play. We're mentioning 6 points. We get a quick break to towel down. It's a hot day here in Yorkshire. In the room here at the English Institute for Sport, also very warm.
GB pair just got lucky there. Good serve from Darling there to give Norwegians a 2-point lead.
And that one was nailed by Darling.
Yeah, into the open court, making it difficult for the British pair to actually get the point.
Well, it's all going the way of Norway in game number 4. At the moment, we're on course to go to another game 5 match. Seems to be the theme today. We've been producing some fantastic high-octane, high-intensity games. Oh, brilliant rally here. Who wants to claim it? It's GB. That one was long this time.
Norwegians deep in conversation again about the serve. And again, another dominant forehand from Darling there. She very rarely missed any of those shots when the opportunities arose.
So explosive from Darling. Unleashes everything onto the ball in those opportunities. Well, we are going to go to a 5th game here in another enthralling semi-final. It seems to be the theme today. These games are just giving us absolutely everything, and this one goes all the way down to the wire. Into the 5th game, it's 2-2 between Norway and GB for a place in the women's doubles 14 semi-final.
Yeah, and I think it just shows you how close they are in standard and how close these games have been this morning. You know that they've gone to 5 games. It just shows how competitive, how close the standard are, and how much people want to win. You know, they're not willing to give. You know, they're playing for gold medals, and you know, they're not going to give up. And doesn't matter if they're down by 2 points or 1 point. You know, they're going to keep fighting till the end, and that's why we've got close games. So Sean Marple's just giving final instructions to the GB pair of Pickard and Williams.
And we are nearly ready for game number 5. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be a fascinating final game. Really hard to predict which way this semi-final is going to go. One thing we do know is that GB will get us underway. And it's Norway off to the perfect start.
Tveitan played that right into the corner, so Grace Williams couldn't get it.
Brilliant work again from Tveitan. And Norway have started this fifth game strongly.
Brilliant from Grace Williams there. And a roar of approval there from Fliss, Pickard, her partner. Outstanding table tennis.
Great response though from Norway. Once again, 3-1. A little chat between Pickard and Williams. And there goes the signal. Pickard to serve.
Great serve. Could see what Tveitan was trying to do, play it wide into, because that's where she's got the success in terms of points, but it just went wide a bit. And Grace Williams just missing the ball there. Right shot, just missed the table. And so as they take the towel break, it's 4-2 to Dallin and Tveitan. Such a close game.
Tveitan to serve. Oh, and she's been key in this game so far for Norway. And of course the teams will now change round as Norway have reached the 5-point mark.
And also there's been a timeout called by the GB coach.
No surprises there really with the current scoreline?
No, it's just they have to 10, it's gone from 2 to 3 points. They've got to try and stem that side, and he'll just be giving them guidance and advice how to get back into this game now.
Well, a place in the women's doubles class 14 final at stake. One of these two teams will play one of Germany or France in the final. It will be in our final round of games of these championships later on today. But who will it be? Norway or GB? Lots of work to do for GB, but we've seen it time and time again in these championships that the scoreline can change very quickly.
Yeah, especially after a timeout's called. It can be very disruptive for the team that's in front, and that's what the GB team, that's the GB will be hoping right now. Something seems to be happening. I don't know what it is.
So now, it was to do with the scoreboard. Now we're back underway.
Straight away, the Norwegians take the first point.
Pickard to serve here for GB. Well, it's a point gained for GB, the first after the timeout. A much needed point. Can they start to build some momentum now here, GB? Can they back that up? Oh, missed outs from Darlin. That's a rare error.
A very rare error. And but it gives hope to the GB team. They're back to 2-point deficit now. Darlin to serve.
Oh, she's going to have to try and blank that out of her mind. Mistake made. Move on. Darlin with the serve. Oh, and 2-2 for GB.
And now the Norwegians have called the timeout.
Well, that was a fascinating few rallies there. From a moment it seemed like Norway were going to try and press on. GB have brought themselves back into the game. It almost sort of came about from that very rare area, as you mentioned, Farrell, from Darlin.
Yes, it's just. But this is the thing that people, when it comes to the fifth game and there's a bit of pressure out there as well. There's a lot of things going off out there. And that's why, when they say just get the ball back on the table, it doesn't matter how you get it back on the table, because no matter how high the ball is, some people can miss it. And in that case, it was Darlin that missed, and they've called the timeout. They were 6-2 up, and now it's been clawed back to 6-5. So the timeout seems to have worked for the GB pairing at this moment in time.
And interestingly, two teams obviously making the most of that timeout. Not wasting a single second. So 2-2 overall in the match, 6-5 in this game. Which way is this game going to turn next? Big point for Norway. Well, every point, I should say, feels big in this game. It's sort of just gone into a bit of a stop-start mentality, this game at the moment.
Yeah, we've had a timeout and then we've had the break as well. We're at 6 points, so that's the reason.
Do you think that will favour one of the teams?
I don't think at this stage, no.
Oh, Williams did well to try and keep that rally going, but Darlin made no mistake this time. And it's going to take a big effort from GB now. Oh, Darlin again.
She moved round to a forehand, played it into the open court. And she nods to a coach as well.
Well, that error previously just it's looking more likely that it was just a one-off for Darlin.
And there's a shout from Grace Williams, and she really wants to get back into this game.
Right with the serve. Oh, Darlin! No mistake. It is clinical from the Norwegian. And they are 1 point away from the final. 10-6.
Oh, brilliant block there from Grace Williams. Wow. Neutralising the forehand hit from Darlin.
GB still in this. They are holding on. Oh, and that one is long, and it is Norway who are through to the women's doubles Class 14 final in another epic contest. It went all the way down to 5 games. A brilliant matchup. It's Norway who come out on top, and they will play in the final and face one of Germany or France. Heartbreak for Great Britain. They crash out in the semi-finals after a perfect group stage, and that will be disappointing for Pickard and Williams.
Yeah, they would have expected to do better, but the Norwegians played really well, and at a point when there was a dominance from Darling, then it was Tveitan, then it was both, and in the end they just sneaked the win. Very close game, and it was played in the right spirit as well, and it's always difficult when somebody loses a close game like this, but the Norwegians will march on and try and win the gold medal, and the Great Britain pair will try and just keep working hard in terms of trying to win the Paralympic Games next year in Paris.
Well, it is Norway who are through to the women's doubles Class 14 final. Great Britain crash out in the semi-finals, but still plenty of medals up for grabs as we will move on to our next game, which will be the men's doubles Class 18, and this is a final. We've just got a short break for you, roughly about 45 minutes. It's between Ukraine and Poland for the gold medal. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you in roughly 45 minutes.